Mark Garrett, Chief, I went out to buy a gallon of milk this morning. Much to my surprise, Lloyd Austin was on the milk cart. How do you go missing? How do you go missing, Mark? And where was he? And how does this happen at this level of government?
Well, look, here's the first thing. When the so-called commander-in-chief, Joe Biden, doesn't know where he himself is, how would he know where his Secretary of Defense is? This is absolutely astonishing. When I was chief of police for one division of the Highway Patrol, if I went in to get a cavity filled, I notified my boss in Sacramento that I might be out of availability for 30 or 40 minutes. This is absolutely appalling, Bill.
It's crazy. I know in my role, special agent in charge of the DEA, if we couldn't get a hold of someone within a couple hours, we went to their house looking for them, right? There was one special agent who went on a trip and there was some miscommunication about when he was going, where he was leaving. A full-blown missing person investigation was initiated within a couple hours. His car was found at the airport. There was thought that he might have been kidnapped. His front door was kicked in. And then, of course, his flight landed at his destination. He got all these messages on his phone and he called and said, hey, I'm fine. But how does this happen where no one's looking? Maybe it's even more scary that apparently not only did no one know where he was, but no one was looking for him to get a hold of him in that amount of time.
100%. Think about this. Apparently, from what I'm counting, there were 2 terrorists that were killed by U.S. drone strikes during the time that Lloyd Austin was off the radar, right? And who authorized this? Apparently, his number 2, she was on vacation in Puerto Rico. She didn't know anything about the drone strikes, from what I understand from these articles. Who actually gave the green light to launch these drone strikes on these terrorists? I'm glad they're dead, but who actually authorized that? And get this, Bill, it wasn't until January 1st that President Biden was even advised that Lloyd Austin had been off the radar. They didn't speak for over a week. Over a week, they didn't speak about this. Absolutely appalling, a clear indication, not lack of, but indication of no leadership.
Mark, we've all been parts of big organizations. For all the listeners out there, if you're part of a big company, if there's an employee who doesn't show up for work for 5 days and no one's missing this employee, what's that employee actually do?